Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Soapmas. Now, as you can probably tell from the title, today I'm going to try all of my soap frosting skills on real cupcakes with real frosting. Now, what is my experience with cupcake decorating? It's minimal to none. I do have some experience decorating cookies with royal icing. I also have a little bit of cake decorating experience, just a little. But as far as cupcakes are concerned, I'm kind of guessing. It's really small. I also will say I have decorated soap cupcakes, but that is a completely different consistency from real cupcakes. So, of course, the first step to decorating cupcakes is to make the cupcakes themselves. I used two different recipes for today's video. One of them is from Natasha's Kitchen. I followed her Perfect Vanilla Cupcakes YouTube tutorial, and I also am using her cupcake frosting recipe to frost all of these today. The other recipe that I used today for the confetti cupcakes is from 𝑒𝐿𝑰𝑒𝑦𝑒. And as much as I would love to gatekeep this recipe because it's so good, I absolutely have to tell you guys you need to try it because these are the best confetti cupcakes I have ever had. I made 3 recipes of Natasha's cupcake frosting. I don't know if that's going to be too much, but I decided to err on the side of caution because it's better to have too much that, oops, I guess I have to make more cupcakes for, than to have too little and we have some cupcakes that don't actually get any frosting. You will also notice I don't really have an even dozen of all the cupcakes, and that's because we may or may not have eaten a few of them before they actually got to the frosting part because they were so delicious and we had to do some quality control, okay? So we have 11 here and we have 10 over here. And I'm gonna try 3 different styles of cupcakes. The first one that I'm gonna try is like a winter wonderland kind of scene. Then I think I'm gonna do something that's like, ooh, Instagram aesthetic cupcakes and see what I can do with that. And then the third one, we're just gonna go with whatever strikes me for some Christmassy decor, whether that's like a red and green and white swirl. I don't really know. I'm gonna let myself just go hog wild. But this video wouldn't be complete without Fancy Sprinkles. It's not sponsored by Fancy Sprinkles, but I knew I had to get their Christmas collection because it was beautiful. It came in this little black bag, and this is called Alpine for You. This is Happy Hula Days. This is Meet Me in St. Moritz. This is Chalet All Day. This is called Louvre Actually. This is Glacier Bay. And finally, North Pole. It's a golden mix. It has little gingerbreads in it. It is the cutest. And that is our Fancy Sprinkle lineup. This would be a really awkward level for you guys to watch me actually frost cupcakes, so let me bring you in a little closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. Well, hey guys, welcome to the sponsored portion of this video. This video is brought to you by Audible. Could I say enough good things about Audible? Well, considering the fact that I literally listen to audiobooks every day, probably not. Audible is basically the best place to listen to anything you're interested in. Best-selling audiobooks in every single genre, exclusive Audible originals, popular podcasts, and a whole lot more. In my busy days, there are some tasks that are considered more mundane, aka washing soap dishes, folding the laundry, cleaning the kitchen at night. And I listen to Audible audiobooks while doing all of those things. And I can tell you, it makes those mundane tasks so much more enjoyable. So as an Audible member, you choose one title a month to keep from their entire audiobook catalog. Oh yes, and using the link down below, you can get a 30-day free trial. Let Audible help you discover new ways to laugh, to be inspired, or to be entertained. New members can try it free for 30 days by visiting audible.com/soapmas. royalty soaps or texting royalty soaps to 500 500. Once again, that is audible.com/royalty soaps or text royalty soaps to 500 500. Thank you so much to Audible for sponsoring today's video. You guys be sure to check them out in the description box below and as the pinned comment. And we can continue our video now. So first, before I can decorate the cupcakes, I have to load up a frosting bag. This frosting is delectable. It's not too sweet and it just whipped together so easy. And for someone who is not experienced, that's really, really helpful. I think this is enough. I'm also not really good at judging volume because I've never really done this before. In fact, I may have overfilled it. It's fine. I'm gonna cut about this much off of the bottom to kind of mimic a large round tip. Okay, that looks about right. I'm also going to use this coffee filter and pour some of these sprinkles into the coffee filter so that it can look like snow on these cupcakes. First shot. Let's see how this goes. Do they start from the outside and go in? I feel like that's right. I feel like you just, and it always looks like they're going so fast when they do this for those Instagram videos. All right, dip, dip, dip. Get all those edges covered. Okay, and then tap, tap, tap. All right, very shiny. Okay, and it doesn't look awful. Okay, let's try to make this next one a little fluffier. So I'm gonna hold the piping tip a little taller. Okay, that's a lot more like it. I just need to hold the piping tip a lot taller so you can see I got a lot more volume on that one. And then dip, dip, dip. Try to get those sides a little bit. And that's why I opted to use a coffee filter, because I knew that I could maneuver it a little bit. And because I'm not a professional, I figured I probably would need all the help I could get. Okay, feeling a lot better about that one. That looks like a snow-covered little mountain. Ta-da, unintentional Christmas tree. Let us pipe the rest of these now that I kind of have a grip on what I need to do. All right, and time to dip them. Okay, they've all been sanded, so I'm going to move them to the side and we're gonna mix up our next little batch of frosting. And then for our little Christmas trees, I'm going to add a little bit of frosting into these containers here. And then I'm gonna color this frosting and then I'm gonna mix this frosting into a bigger amount just to make sure that the color looks the way I want it to. I know it will dilute as I add it to more frosting, but I just want to get the general concept down and mixed in, and also to see how easy is it to color this type of frosting. I don't know. I've never used it before for coloring. And when Natasha used it, she didn't color hers. It was just white. So I'm hoping that it takes color and doesn't deflate, because that would make things very difficult. I think because this frosting does have whipped cream in it, it's going to be a little harder to get the color to be even, which is just something I didn't know because I've never used this before, but I can see now why a lot of people use a traditional buttercream if they're not just going to make it one solid color or white. And let's just mix our pink in. So for that type of green, I use some of this Sunnyside Bakery Forest Green and Leaf Green from AmeriColor. And then for the pink, which again will get a lot less vibrant, I use some neon pink. Okay, for my mixing containers, I'm going to use something not as traditional. These are my rifle paper mugs that I love, but they're big enough and I like that they're a cylinder. So I'm just going to put about this much. I bet that's enough for all the trees on those cupcakes. And I'm going to scrape everything out of here, put it into there, and then I'm gonna mix these up. Okay, I have my two tree colors mixed up. So now I have an 𝑒𝐭 172 tip connected to a frosting bag. Okay, so let me just get this all down with my little paint scraper here. Ooh, I hope I have enough. All right, let's see if it works. Gonna start by trying to frost a big plotch. then one slightly smaller, then the tiniest one on top. Please let go. It's so cute. Look at it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a little bigger than that. I feel like it might be. And then maybe a little short one in the front. Okay, that looks kind of weird. All right, that's a little better. I think it needs at least 2. Okay, so here's our first little set of trees. Yes, they kind of look like cacti. I get it. So maybe we try just one big tree in the middle. Stop trying to overdo it, okay? Don't overthink this, Katie. Just one big tree. Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, just one Christmas tree in the snow. Okay, now I'm kind of done with Christmas trees. Now I kind of just want to make like little... What if we made like a Christmas wreath on the snow? Oh, that's kind of cute though. I like that better. Okay, I'm only going to do 2 of these with the pink trees. And then the rest, I think I'm going to do with the Christmas wreath because, quite frankly, it just looks better. I mean, you don't know till you try, right? Okay, but the pink trees kind of look cuter to me than the green trees did, and I don't know why. Oh, maybe I should have moved it around again to make the base of the tree symmetrical. Well, live and learn, because that's way more in the middle of the cupcake. Now, what should we do for the sprinkles? That's the really important part. So this blend, the 𝘠𝑚𝐴𝑐𝑡ually blend, has some really big items in it, including like these little presents and that little snowflake. So I'm going to pour some of those into this cupcake liner. All right, and then maybe I can pick out some of the bigger pieces like this to mark the top of the wreath. It'd probably look even better on a green here. There's the top. And then on top of the trees, I think we should put like a little colored bauble. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. So for the actual sprinkles, I think I'm going to use these because they kind of match both of the colors. This is the Happy Hula Days. And yeah, this just has a very vintage Christmas feel to it. This part is probably what's gonna take me the longest because it's just finicky to make sure that all of the sprinkles are actually on the wreath and nothing gets on the snow, and likewise on the Christmas trees. So I'm gonna be here a while. Please enjoy the fast motion. Last little bit of sprinkles here. I think we're done. Now, I really like these. They're very cute. Not a big fan of the Christmas trees. Those could have done better, but I feel like I've learned from this and I'm ready to take on the next set. Okay, so for this next set, I'm gonna use the Wilton 1M tip. I'm not sure if that's gonna be big enough to do what I wanna do, but I'm gonna kind of smear it up the sides of the bag. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do a pink stripe, and I actually still have the piping tip on that one, so it should be relatively easy. All the way down like that. Also, is this enough frosting? I sure hope so, but it looks really good loaded up in the bag, so okay. 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 Feel like green and red might have been the way to go with this one, but it's okay. So I feel like we need to bring something really special to the table on this one. Either this, or we go with something a little more funfetti. Maybe this one, because it has pink in it. I'm gonna take some of the bigger pieces and place them purposefully. Okay, so these have already been so much less effort, but I feel like they look so much better. Maybe more isn't always more when it comes to cupcakes. Maybe sometimes it's better to just, I don't know, chill out a little bit and let the sprinkles do all the hard work. All right, done. And I think these look way better with way less effort, so I'm gonna be keeping that in mind. I mean, look how cute. It's got the confetti bottom. There's not too much frosting on it, and it's just fun on top. All right, last set. Now this is the one that I thought maybe I'll just make it up as I go along. I kind of knew what I wanted to do for those, but these, I had an idea. After I've done those other two, what if we tried to do half in just pure white, cover it in sprinkles, and then do the other half in white, but then did some like gold flecks or something. Try to make it look a little more bougie. If I can't get a perfect pipe, I will just shave some of it off. That's pretty good. That's pretty near perfect. Y'all, look how tall this is. It's ridiculous. The request for this one was to make a snowman, but again, because it has whipped cream in it, it's not very sturdy. So maybe I'll give him little gold eyes. Oh no, he looks like a snow monster. Little hands. How do you like this? Okay, so now I'm gonna take some more of these shiny sprinkles. I'm gonna mound them up a little on this paper towel because I think that will be really helpful for what I'm trying to do. Y'all can't even see the paper towel. Hold on. There you go. Now you can see it. So I'm just gonna get all of this white area covered. Try not to squish it, which does seem to be happening. It's okay. Okay, so one side all done with all of the frosting. Then let's see if this even works because I may have completely overestimated my own abilities here. Okay, that's kind of what I had in mind. I don't know if that actually looks good, but it's kind of what I had in mind. They look like little marshmallows, kind of. This has been way harder than I thought it was gonna be. I do have a little extra pink left over, so what the heck? Let's just put a pink dollop right here. We can put something cute in the middle. Maybe that'll help. I feel like my biggest mistake today was trying to reinvent the wheel. Instead of going with like known cupcake techniques, I was like, oh, let's try this. Well, let's try this. Already, like the best things you could do have been done by people. Now let's put a little bit of gold dust on this white. This is a very fine gold dust, and I don't like it. So maybe we're done. Maybe we're done with gold dust. We'll just leave it as it is. So that was a lot harder than I thought. I learned a lot, especially that this type of frosting really should be used if you're just frosting and then putting some sprinkles on and then you're done. You're not coloring it. Next time I do this, I will use a traditional buttercream frosting. I will also look up some frosting techniques that a lot of people use because I have seen people do this one, the second one that I did, and I think this one looks the best out of all the ones that I did. This is kind of cute. Like, I get it. It just also like can very easily look like I made it. So you'll have to tell me 1, 2, 3, which again, I was trying to really do something with, but I think the only good thing about this cupcake is the fact that it's edible. Or 4. Why is he my favorite though? Thanks guys so much for watching. I learned a lot today. I hope you did too. I hope you're enjoying the 12 days of Soapmas. And I will see you tomorrow for another day of fun over here at Royalty Soap. So until then, bye for now. Ew.